Today on episode 268 of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the TCF Sports Minute, our World Series recap, an NFL Week 8 preview, college football recap, and the TCF top 3 of burger toppings. Let's roll.
I would like to wish you all the best with your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. Again, best of luck to you and your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. And one final thought, Zach. Go Cubs! And peace.
Hello and welcome back, Typical Chicago Fans, brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. Today is episode 268 for the second time. Make sure you follow us on X at typical_Chicago, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Give us a like on all those pages. Head on over to our YouTube for all of our content in video form. Make sure you subscribe there. Wherever you get your podcast, we are also there as well. So subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars, wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you check us out. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF. And of course, the man that I'm joined with right over here on the screen, that is Zach at ZLiliaTCF. That's right. I said 268 for the second time. Zach, would you like to address why 268
we'll get more
didn't come
into
out?
My sinker. We'll talk about it in the sinker. But yes, I did
All right, well,
accidentally delete the last episode. It was a great episode, but no one will ever know.
It wasn't as good as this one's going to be. So strap in, folks. I promise you that.
Yeah, but yeah.
We'll get weather's been very fall here this week. It's getting cold at night, which I'm not crazy about.
Yeah, I leave work about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's been frosty.
Yeah, brisk.
We've officially gotten to fall weather, which we deserve because we got lucky enough with some pretty good summer weather to start off fall.
That is true. And I mean, it wasn't even that bad of a summer. We didn't have like 100+ days, you know.
We had some random hot days, which it's always humid, but we never had like a long span of hot weather.
Yep. Oh, for sure. I knew it was officially fall. I had to bust out the winter coat the other night, get the hand warmers out, but that's okay. I don't mind that at all.
No, it's expected.
That's a good way to put it, man. Well, let's jump into things as always. We've got sinkers and floaters. My sinker this week is Portuguese music. I don't know how much people are on TikTok here, but I spend way too much time on TikTok. And there's a song that's going viral, and this is a very problematic song, the lyrics. But this Portuguese song, I don't understand a single word of it, and it is an absolute banger, and I can't stop listening to it. But the lyrics are insanely horrible if you translate them, and I cannot get it out of my head.
Well, that's not good.
No, dude, it's bad. It's really bad. But if you hear it, it's an absolute bop. I cannot stop listening to it, but I also don't know a word they're saying. But it's catchy.
TikTok is a weird place.
Very, very strange. But I literally woke up this morning. My alarm went off at 7 a.m. and I had this song stuck in my head, and I don't know what any of the words are.
Yeah, trends start on TikTok that make no sense, like the 6-7 and stuff like that. I don't understand it,
brother. That's my life.
I know my nephews, they love doing that, and at work, with like in the aisles and stuff, there's like 67 in every aisle. So every time I get to it and it says 67, I think 6-7, and I don't get it, but it just it makes no sense.
Yeah. And this one, like, you can find the translated lyrics and they're insanely problematic, but dude, I just cannot get this song out of my head.
Well, that's just crazy.
It is wild. You should check it out. Like, just look up the song. You'll understand what I'm talking about, both problematic wise and why it's so catchy.
Make sure you watch Boomy's videos on TikTok, but I do not go on to TikTok because it's just you can get lost in that.
Oh, it's bad, dude. You think you've spent 10 minutes on it and then you're an hour deep or 2 hours deep. It's bad.
But my sinker, yes, Boomy said it. I don't know really know why I did it, but sometimes to get rid of space on StreamYard, I'll delete an episode, and I went to delete we had done a stream for game 5 of the Cubs, which was like 3 hours long. So I was going to delete that. And then for some reason, I deleted the episode we just recorded. And on StreamYard, it doesn't have like a trash bin. It just goes away right away.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. So I had to, and it was about 1:00 in the morning when I did it. So I texted Boomy and he woke up to find out that I had deleted the episode. It will not be up. And then just last weekend and stuff, we got busy. Boomy's busy with work and stuff. So we are here now tonight doing episode 268 for, yes, the second time. But yeah, StreamYard needs to have a trash bin. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I didn't understand. Like, obviously, once I read it, but like I woke up and looked at my phone, and you would apologize. I was like, wait a second, like there's no trash bin, there's no like way to bring it back.
And it just says that once you delete it, it goes away forever.
That's crazy.
Because you only have a certain amount of space, which we have plenty of space, but I was just going to get rid of the 3-hour episode. The next thing you know, boom, it's gone. And I'm like Googling how to get it back, and it says there's no way.
Yeah, man, that's tough. That was a tough text to wake up to, especially because I think it was one of those that like we ended up going late. We recorded till like 11:30 at night, and I just went upstairs, went showered.
And then about 1:00, I was gonna go download it and did not.
Yep, it happens. To the fact of the matter is we're closing in on the 8-year anniversary of TCF, and the fact that this has never happened is kind of insane if you knew how mine and Zach's brains work and some of the mistakes we make and things like that. The fact we made it.
Well, another sinker is I just realized that I have been using the microphone on my laptop instead of the one right in front of my face. So I just switched over to the one in front of my face. What a great few episodes here for me.
You're on a hot streak, dude. This is insane.
I got thinking about it. I'm like, I need to go check this. And yeah, usually it doesn't switch over, and I forgot to switch it. So I've been talking into a mic that wasn't working for the first about 7-8 minutes of the podcast.
Yeah, you usually catch that while we're like getting ready to record.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have found out about it at a better time though. Sinker is pretty much just me and the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hope we don't delete this one.
Yeah, we'll try not to.
My floater this week is college basketball. College hoops starts. They've been doing those secretive scrimmages, which are not secrets at all. But actual basketball tips off Monday. They've been some exhibition games. NIU had an exhibition game against Quincy the other day. Everybody, I think the University of Missouri women lost to a D2 school, but like it officially gets going here on Monday, and that's my favorite time of the year. It's my favorite sport, my favorite level of sport. I got a little worrisome feeling about this winter in DeKalb, but my Gators are reigning national champs, so at least I got something to look forward to watching.
I've seen Carlos Boozer's kids play at Duke now.
Yeah, one of them is going to be a top 5 pick.
And then LeBron James's son Bryce plays at Arizona this year.
Yep.
And then I'm pretty sure, I think Carmelo Anthony's son is playing at Syracuse.
Yes. Yep.
So that'll be interesting.
It's going to be a fun year, dude. I'm very excited. I love college hoops. It's just my favorite time of the year. My only complaint is that the 24-hour basketball marathon doesn't exist anymore. But
yeah, they haven't had that for a while.
No, I think they stopped it in like 2014. But that was like my favorite.
Wichita State, I think when they had Fred, played once, like in the middle of the night.
Yep. There was games literally at like 1, 3, 5, and 7 a.m. It was the best. I remember sitting in college or in a college class at IVCC, and that was back when you could run on ESPN. You could run 4 screens on one, and my laptop just having 4 games going at once. It was like the best day of my life.
Yeah, I know YouTube TV, which I just got, lets you watch 4 different shows at once or 4 different sporting events.
Yeah,
I think more streaming services should have that.
100%. If not, at least two.
Yeah, 2 is at the minimum.
I agree. I completely agree.
I
Especially because it
remember
feels like
the old
it's easy
school
enough. Like
TVs.
ESPN has been doing it for ever.
Old school TVs, you would have the picture in picture, and you'd be
Yep.
playing PlayStation while also watching cable.
Yeah, picture in picture was fire, man. I love picture in picture.
Yeah. And it's nowadays like some of these streaming services, it's like, come on. Especially like
Figure it out.
ESPN.
Yeah, figure it out, people. Let's go.
Because I mean, with college basketball, I mean, there's always a game on.
Exactly.
It may not be the best game, but it's a game that you can.
I would say bad basketball is still better than no basketball.
And those are the most fun to gamble on.
That's very true.
My floater, which I've just kind of left it from the last episode. We've already talked about it. Fall weather. It's the greatest time of year where you can. It's not too cold. You can wear a sweater, sweatpants, and you don't freeze outside. But this weekend, Boomy has been tricked by this for the last few weeks.
Oh,
It is
every year.
daylight savings coming up, I think Sunday into Sunday. Yep. Do we lose or gain?
We fall back, so we lose an hour.
So it will start getting dark earlier, which sucks. But for me, I don't really notice it because like tonight I had the night off of work and it was about 5:36 and I was headed out to my parents and I'm like, man, it's really dark out. I'm just not used to it because I'm usually at work.
That's true. That is, I
my
wonder
first
how that
break is at 6:30. So, and I usually don't go outside. So I don't really notice when it gets dark out.
That is true. I did notice tonight we had taken my son outside and I looked to see what time the sunset was, and tonight was 5:53. So that means next week it's 4:53.
That's crazy. But for me, it's gonna be weird because it's gonna be getting dark as I go to work. I get to work at 4. It's gonna start being dark or getting dark at that point, and it's that sucks.
It should have been my sinker this week, is pardon my take, because for the last like 10 years they have been tricking me into thinking that daylight savings time is at a different week than it is. So gets me every time.
That's funny because you can just look it up on your phone.
I know, but it literally every time they get me.
You would think after like the third week in a row that you would realize that like they are tricking you.
Well, okay, so here's how it happens. Like the first time they make the joke, I stop the podcast, I go to my calendar and see if it's that weekend. If it's not, then I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then the next week it just happens all again.
They got you.
They've been doing this gag for like 5 years, and it gets me every time.
But enjoy this weather because in a few months it's going to be snowy and cold.
Yeah, that just reminds me I got to go put my snow fence up, but I'll remember to wear my boots this year for those of you that remember last year's debacle.
You'll hurt yourself somehow.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no question about that. Let's jump into the TCF Sports Minute. We will get started with the Bears. The Bears fall to the Ravens last week. Record goes to 4-3, but they got the Bengals coming up, and the Bengals are an absolute sieve of a defense. They're just not good. I mean, it's as simple as that. I think it was. It's a good opportunity for the Bears to bounce back. I think that the Ravens. There was a lot of things that. Looking from an outsider's perspective, a lot of weaknesses got exposed to a Ravens team that was super hungry for a win.
Well, and it was a game where the defense didn't score for you and the offense needed to step up and they didn't. And this game against the Bengals, like you said, the defense is not good. If the defense or if the offense can't carry you in this game, then there's a problem the rest of the season because you have to play great against this defense or against this defense and prove why you should be playing well and not making excuses. Like, yes, okay, the Ravens, it was a tough game, but you can't let that happen again against, because the Ravens defense is pretty decent.
Yeah.
But still, Caleb made some mistakes that you just can't make. That interception was bad, but he also made some good throws.
Yeah.
But you got to get back to the running game. DeAndre Swift, 2 games in a row, had over 100 yards. And then against the Ravens, it didn't seem like they even tried.
It just seems like their running game and their passing game, like when it's clicking and they're both operate, I guess that just boils down to the whole offense playing well. But like if one of the parts of their game is lacking, then it kind of all falls apart.
But it's also one of those games you have to get the offense going because you want to get to 5-3. You can't go back to 500, and you can't look bad against this defense because it's going to be the worst defense you play the rest of the season. Maybe the Giants.
That, like it's also one of those where it's a road NFL game and it's not a guarantee. So you can't just walk in thinking that you're just going to win the game because you've had some success here. Like you can't take this one lightly either.
It's a true prove it game for the offense for Caleb. It'll be the 8th game of the season. You can't always keep going on, okay, we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. Yeah. We have to look good against this defense. And CJ Gardner-Johnson got signed by the Bears. I think it was, I can't remember how long ago it was when he was with the Saints, when he got into a fight with the Bears.
Who was that wide receiver that punched him in the helmet?
I cannot remember.
That's going to drive me nuts. It was some bum that got cut.
But they definitely need a spark on defense. The defensive line has really got to start getting to the quarterback. It's a big game because
it is.
I don't know if I'm pretty sure Joe Flacco's playing. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember if he got hurt.
It was like a 50-50 shot. He has something on his AC joint.
Joe Flacco or not, you got to win this game against a team that gave up 30-plus points to the New York Jets last week.
Yeah, that is very true. But in the same breath, like they're going to come out hot after giving that game away last weekend. You
think so, but also, I mean, they've given a lot of games away this year. They have not played.
Yeah, the Bengals are bad.
Great, but
the Bengals are bad. The Bears should win this game, but that doesn't mean anything because it's only a 2.5 point spread right now.
I have not looked. I would assume because the spread got down to like 1.5, 2 against the Ravens.
I know. Everyone thought the Bears.
Well, everyone thought, "Oh, bet the Bears in that spot," and then that was one of those games. Though it was a prove it game for the Ravens at home.
Yeah,
they had to win that game, or the season was officially over. Now I think they're going to be 3-5 because they're going to beat the Dolphins tonight. And that was a big game for them. And with a defense that still has like a Roquan Smith and stuff like that, it's not a horrible defense.
Jair Alexander, they're solid.
But the Bears definitely made some mistakes on offense that they can't make. And Caleb has to play better. He has to play better.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. He's got to play better than he did last week. I
trust Ben Johnson, and it seems like he has the right game plan. But what I don't like is when Caleb went to the podium after the game and still kind of thought he made the right play on that interception. That made no sense to me why he would think that, because that was a horrible pass. Yes, the receiver was open at a point, but that was one of the easiest interceptions I've seen in a long time. In a spot where you can't throw the ball away at like the 20-yard line on the wrong side of the field. So, yeah, the offense has got to look better. They got to get this running game going. I really do like the offensive line. I think the offensive line has played pretty well, other
Mhm.
than I think they lead the league in false starts. That's got to stop.
Yeah,
You can't
that's
be
bad.
pushing back every single possession, have a false start.
Yeah, it's hard enough to get 10 yards in the NFL. 15 or 20 makes it
And
really difficult.
I'm not saying the Bears would have tied it up, but that was an offensive pass interference. And that was for them not to call that on Hopkins. I mean, he grabbed his mask and pushed him. I'm not even saying that the Bears would have whatever, but the refs this year, all over the place, have not been great. Not
Yeah,
just, I mean, that's a call that was pretty obvious. I mean, you can see his reaction after the play. He thought he was going to get called on it because it was an
yeah.
offensive pass interference and a face mask. And it's just kind of stuff like that where, like, there's so many refs out there. I'm not even saying just Bears games. It's every game. It seems like there's
Yeah,
missed calls, and it's just kind of crazy.
I don't disagree with you. I don't know if it's just because if it actually is that bad or if it's just because of social media and 4K cameras and we see more of it. But like it has seemed, a little more egregious this year. And it could be because of like the way they're instructed to officiate it, but who knows?
It seems like sometimes there's penalties called when there shouldn't be, and then there's not a penalty call when there should be. It doesn't seem
Yeah.
like there's a very fine line.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree. Big one though this weekend. Um, let's hop over. We did a little recap when the one we lost. The Cubs season came to an end in the NLDS. I know it feels like it was forever ago. But I think that one of the things that resonates, like, I don't think I classify this season as a failure. Like,
Oh,
this
not
is
even close. Not even
we got
close.
to game five
Um,
of the NLDS. Obviously the Brewers turn around and get, mollywopped by the Dodgers. But like the strides that were made with the injuries, to the pitching staff, there's no way I would classify this season as a failure because look where we were at a year ago, 2 years ago. Like there's definitely we're on the right path.
the Cubs lost their ace a week into the season,
It's
and
second start.
and still were the last four teams in the National League.
Yeah. We made it
That
to the Elite Eight.
I think the farther you get away from Game 5, the more you kind of realize that this was not a failure. There's not even close
Yeah.
because it's so hard to make the playoffs, to win that wild card, and then you get to a Game 5 after being down 2-0. I don't
Yeah.
understand how. I mean, yes, you can be upset. You played the Brewers. It probably hurts a little more that you lost to the Brewers in Milwaukee in a Game 5. But for what they went through with pitching, and Kyle Tucker was kind of struggling and hurt throughout the season. Pete Crow had an MVP start and then kind of struggled.
Yeah.
Baseball is so hard to consistently be good at.
Well, and it's funny, like now we're looking at this on, almost November. If you'd have told me a year ago that the bullpen would have been the least of our worries in September and October, I'd have told you you were a crazy person. Our bullpen was insanely good down the stretch.
We just didn't have the starting pitching for the playoffs, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to have pitchers that can go a little bit more into the game. Matthew Boyd had a really good game at one point.
But then he also had a game where he didn't get out of the first inning.
Yeah. I mean, it's just all over the place. Matthew Boyd, though, amazing season. The most improved player on this team, I'd have to say.
I would even say, like, it's easy to look at some of the outings and say, yeah, they need to go deeper. But, like, that's the whole major league right now.
That
Outside of the Dodgers in the NLDS, like, nobody goes more than 5 innings.
But, I mean, Shota just did not have a good end of the season.
Yeah.
Justin Steele is going to be huge to get back next year. I've seen a lot of Dylan Cease.
He's out in Arizona, I think.
Yeah, Dylan Cease is on the radar for the Cubs, which would be awesome. They definitely need a number 2 starter.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all there. I think that, and there's some decent arms out on that market that can slide into that 2 or 3 slot. I mean, like you said, Cease is a bona fide 2, I think. I mean, I don't even know if they necessarily need a 2. If you have Justin Steele and Cade Horton, I think that's a pretty solid 1-2.
You almost forget about Cade Horton because he missed the playoffs.
I
think he got Rookie of the Year, right?
I don't think it's been voted on yet, but he's one of the finalists.
I know this is going to be maybe tough to hear, but I just don't see Kyle Tucker coming back to the Cubs.
No.
I think you will see Owen Casey.
I think I'm okay with it, especially if the number is crazy. But like, here's the thing, like, I'm split on this because there's a part of my brain that's like, oh, spend the $500 million. Look what the Dodgers have done. They've already made the $700 million back in endorsements and, just like their partnerships in Japan. Like, there's a way to make that $700 million back very quick. And I'm not saying Kyle Tucker's a $700 million player. He's not. But the Cubs would have never given a contract like that. But also at the same time, we have a kid who's a top 10 prospect in baseball, maybe a little bit lower now since he's been hurt. But like, you have a kid there. So if the number gets crazy for Kyle Tucker, I'm okay with not going after it just because you do have an option there. And
what I would say is, sorry.
No, I think that even keeping Kyle Tucker, is that going to be enough to get past the Dodgers? That's really hard to say right now.
My thing is, I would love to have him back, but if they don't, they got to make moves in other places.
Yeah. And the problem is,
you got to make moves this offseason. I'm not saying it has to be Kyle Tucker, but it's got to be an improvement for the team.
Yeah, but I think we're also setting ourselves up for failure here, knowing how the Cubs organization works. Like, they're going to say, we made it to Game 5 of the NLDS, and we'll go get Chris Sale, which is great. But, like, is that enough to get us over the hump and get us over the Dodgers? I don't think it is.
No, but I still think you got to be able to compete, and you got to put yourself in the best spot to be. And yeah, we'll get into it, but the Blue Jays are showing that. I mean, the Dodgers are beatable. Every team is beatable in a 7-game series. But what I'm just saying is, I'm so tired of hearing the Cubs aren't going to make this move because that's what they do. And it seems like that's every team in Chicago. The Bulls don't make those moves.
Don't disrespect my 4-0 Bulls.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that, but they're not out there making big moves in free agency, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Bears have never really done that. It's just, it seems like sometimes you get in a spot where you're like, oh, well, that's just what they're going to do. The Cubs have got to change that narrative this offseason.
Right. And I completely agree with you. I am 100%. But like, if I had to put money on it, like, are the Cubs going to finally pay money to somebody they should? I'm not going to hold my breath. I don't really even care about the money. It's the making the right choices of players. Like, even you go and get a Kyle Schwarber, or you go and get a player that can help you now. You don't have to sign a guy to a 7-year contract and stuff like that. Yeah.
I think a Kyle Schwarber would be a good move because you only got to sign him to a 2 to 3 year contract.
Yeah. Trust me, man. I'm with you. I'm not going to hold my breath on the Cubs doing that.
No, but I expect them to.
And it sucks because it's just complacency. And that's, we can, make a minor move here and there and still win this division. It doesn't make it right, but that's just how they operate. And it sucks.
Yeah, I expect them to make that move this offseason. If they don't, I think it's a disappointment.
I'm with you. I just don't expect it because they just don't do it.
See, I'm holding to a more of a standard here, Boomer.
Yeah, you haven't. God bless you, because I wish I could be that optimistic. I just don't.
I'm not optimistic. It's almost more being mad at the situation. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's almost more of you should do this. You're the Cubs. You make all this money. You go out there and you say you want to just break even, which I think is the stupidest thing you could say.
Yeah, but if people really think the Cubs are just breaking even, they're out of their mind.
But why even put that out into the
Well,
the
it's so
space.
billionaires can be frugal and not have to spend their money. That's all it is.
What I
It's a
mean is
billionaire
go ahead
who-
and honestly go ahead and do that. I don't mind it as much as I don't need to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just don't say it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Sometimes
with you.
honesty maybe isn't the greatest thing for some of these guys because yes, it's a business and I know you're trying to run it as a business, but you don't have to go out and say that.
Yeah. You don't have to say, especially when you run $1 billion club. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you
It's
just
it's
redid the whole area around the stadium.
yeah, 100%. They are raking in money hand over fist.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Let's move on to some Blackhawks talk. Blackhawks pretty solid start to the year. 5-4-2. They did lose tonight right before we started recording. Bedard with his first ever career hat trick. I've been pretty impressed with the Blackhawks so far.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. They're 5-4-2. They just started a 6-game road trip.
The old circus road trip.
Yeah, so tonight was the first game of the road trip. Jonathan Toews played against the Blackhawks for the first time in his career. It's great to see him out there too, Jonathan Toews. He's
For
playing
sure.
pretty well. I mean, it says he has 4 assists already.
That's a pretty solid Winnipeg
The
team.
Blackhawks are fun to watch. And I think we'll get into it. The Bulls. It's going to be a fun winter of sports, I think. The Bears should be competitive. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but they should be right around 500, hopefully for the rest of the year, the way the schedule sets up. The Bulls are looking good. The Blackhawks are looking good. It should be a fun winter of sports for the first time in a while.
This is something we should have really pushed to get Maddie back on here. I still don't understand the Lucas Reichel trade.
No, but it was always going to happen. And so I think they just had to get it done.
Yeah, is he on
I'm
a
not saying it was the
contract
right
year?
move, but there was reports all at the start of the season about it, and I don't think it would have worked out throughout the season. Maybe there just isn't a spot for him with
He's on a contract year though, isn't he?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you want to get something for him, I guess. Yeah, he said, I'm not really 100% sure why you would do it either. I think he scored like the game before.
Yeah.
But what I like is it seems like they got the core now.
Dude, Bedard is the real deal.
Yeah. And
he is
you can't
fun
say
to
that
watch.
we're not going to go out. We can't say that after just a few games he looks like he's the real deal, but he looks like he's in a better spot than he has been in the last few years. It looks like
you're starting to see like the things they talked about, when he was getting drafted. Like,
and you forget how young he was when he got drafted.
Yeah, how young he still is right now.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, he was 19 years old starting for the Blackhawks and supposed to be one of the best players in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't happen right away.
It's also good to see a lot of the players who were kind of on the Ice Hogs last year or have been drafted in the last few years playing. And you know what? If they go out there and they make mistakes, that's fine. They need to play as a team. And it's been a good start to the season.
Dude, if they can just hover around 500, that's a huge success.
Yeah. Still the same thing as the last few years, though. Few of the games, they kind of get a lead and then give it away. Seems like that's still kind of happening. I know it's only I think it said 11 games into the season, but that is where you would like to see them improve is get a lead and keep the lead.
In that same breath, like it doesn't feel like they've had in a couple years past, they haven't had like 6-8 goal games.
Well,
and we've had like 3 of them this year. Yeah,
and then tonight it ended up 6-3, but they had 2 goals in the third period right at the end. Tonight was not a good game, but it's tough going to Winnipeg. Start of a 6-game road trip. You're kind of getting used to the road. You played a lot of home games. But like I said, all you can ask for is it's fun to watch, and I think that's what it's going to be the whole season.
Absolutely, and
I
you
think
said
you have
it
a
earlier.
coach that I think is going to be around for the future.
Yeah, they're not going to cycle through it every year like they have been.
No, that's tough for a guy like Bedard.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You had mentioned it earlier. The Bulls are out to a 4-0 start. Gotta love seeing that. I mean, that's insanely unexpected, if I'm being honest with you, but
I was
I'm a
listening
big
to
fan.
Waddle and Sylvie, and they're 13th in the power rankings right now in the NBA. You would think, they're 4-0. They really haven't played that good
They
of
played,
teams. They
yeah.
played the New York Knicks Friday night in Chicago. That'll easily be the best team they played. Then they play Sunday in New York against the New York Knicks. So it's kind of a back-to-back game with them. No, they're not going to go undefeated the whole season, but start off 4-0.
I
Hey,
don't
it's nice.
know.
But yeah, they are 4-0. But man, they've made some games close. That game against the Hawks was a lot
Yep.
closer than it needed to be. They had like a 20-point lead at one point. Even the other night, it got a little closer than it should. They seem like they have a little bit of a problem, like a lot of NBA teams do in the fourth quarter.
Oh, big time. Big
But
time.
Matis
Like
looks good, man.
their best win so far is against Detroit, and that was the first game of the year.
And that
In
was
Orlando, I think
ugly.
Orlando's a playoff team, but like outside of that, I don't think Sacramento's a playoff team. And who is their other win over?
The Hawks.
Yeah, Atlanta, who's not very good either.
No, I think the Kings are 1-4.
Yeah, the Kings are bad.
But hey, it's always nice to start off the season in a good way. It hasn't
Hey, all I know
been
is
a
I have
while.
ESPN pulled up right here, and the Bulls are in first place in the East. So
Yeah,
I am
I
not
think it's
going to
them
complain.
and there's 4 undefeated teams left. The
It's
Spurs,
them.
the
Hang on, I got it
Thunder,
right here.
the Bulls, and there's one other team. There's one more team in the East.
Hang on. Was it Philadelphia? Hang
Or
on.
was
I had it
it
here.
the
I
Cavs?
went back to
Oh no, the Cavs lost their first game.
it's loading. Yeah, it's definitely it's kind of unexpected. And like you said, we haven't played anybody, but it's better than starting 0-4.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is 4-0. Oklahoma
Okay.
City's 6-0, and San Antonio's 5-0.
And Matis has played well. Trey Jones has played really well.
Yeah.
I mean,
now I will ask you this: it's been a little concerning. Have not seen a whole lot of Noah Essengay, the first-round pick, and very little of Dalen Terry, who was our first-round pick last year. That's got to be mildly concerning, right?
it is, but for Dalen Terry, it's not really unexpected. I mean, he didn't play a ton
Yeah.
last year. It
Noah
is.
Essengay hasn't played at all.
No, I don't. Is he hurt?
I have no idea. Let me.
But with the Dalen Terry stuff, I mean, he's just not a guy who's going to be in the game in a close fourth quarter, which is not good, but it is what it is.
No, Noah Essengay is not hurt.
That's not good.
No, but
We'd
and
like to
also
see
in the
Patrick
same breath,
Williams
they've
play
been.
well. I mean,
Thank
he
God.
needs to show something.
Yeah, dude, get hot so we can trade you because he's a bum.
Well, that contract is crazy.
Yeah, it is. And also they've been doing all this without Zach Collins, who got hurt in training camp and is out for like a month.
You know what's crazy though? To look back on this, I hate to be this way. We're 4-0. Lauri Markkanen, man, that guy is good.
He had what, 51 the other night?
You just gave him away.
Yeah, 51. I think he had.
Unbelievable. And then
Yep.
Wendell Carter, he plays decent. I mean,
He's better than
Vooch
Nikola Vucevic.
I know,
Yeah,
but Vooch has
I'd
been
still rather
solid.
I agree.
For
I'd
the
still
future,
rather have
though,
Wendell
yeah.
Carter.
You'd love to have. I mean, Wendell Carter's going to be around a lot longer in the league going forward than Vooch because just age wise.
Yeah.
But
I mean, right now the Bulls have 2, 4, 6 guys averaging over 10 points a game.
yeah,
It's not
the
bad.
thing is though, they just it just seems like they don't know how to draft.
Yeah, that's been a major issue. Well, and also
And
they've been in the middle of the first round.
drafts
Like
just have not been great either with the NIL. Players have been staying in college basketball a lot longer.
We talked about this in the spring. There was something like 10 years ago, there was like 100 or no, there was like 340 guys who had put in their names for the draft when they like first opened it. And then this year it was something like 96.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of players are staying past their freshman year, and that used to not happen a lot.
Exactly. But
What,
hey,
did you see the
4-0.
one where the guy went to the G League and then came back to college?
Yeah, he's at Louisville.
That's kind of wild.
That is wild. Yeah.
I mean, you would think you wouldn't be allowed to. I guess it's not a horrible
Well, you
thing.
had never been able to until a couple years ago.
I guess in a way it kind of sucks, but also it's a way where, hey, if you go to the G League, you figure out, hey, maybe I need to go back and work on some stuff. Maybe it's not the worst thing.
The door is not completely closed.
It probably sucks for the player that got his starting position taken by that.
Yeah.
But in the NIL world, the transfer portal world, that's going to happen.
100%. It's going to be an interesting.
College basketball is ran like a professional team now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You think about every sport now is like that. College football, college basketball, even college baseball. I mean, you think about college football, we've gotten into it. You play well, there's people who maybe go to NIU. There's not going to be like a Jordan Lynch anymore.
Yeah.
Like go all 4 years and be that good. Because Jordan Lynch probably would have gone somewhere else. You can say what you want. He probably would have gone to a Power 5 school at some point.
Yeah, big time. After that sophomore breakout year, he would have tried to go to, Iowa or,
he was a Heisman candidate at NIU. Think about what he could have been at like a Power 5 school. That's nothing against NIU. It's just how it is.
Just there's more money there, more opportunity. Absolutely.
You play better schools, and with NIU, you just don't play enough competition to really get your name out there all the time.
100%. You are not wrong.
And basketball is the same way. I mean, let's say you go to a smaller college and you go off for 25, 30 points a year for the year, a game, you're going somewhere else. I mean, you're going to go to a different school.
Yep. Next level, bigger conference, bigger school.
And you think about it,
now.
I know we're kind of getting into the weeds of college basketball, but hey, you go to a school and you think, hey, I'm going to be a starter here. The next year, you could be taken away because somebody transferred in, and that's got to be tough to think about.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you got to keep your head on a swivel. It's always changing.
Yeah, which it makes it fun to watch, but it's got to be tough to play.
You want to know what's not tough at all? What? Making your coffee choice in the morning. If you go with our friends over at Connect Roasters, that's because they have the best coffee around that you are going to find. I promise you that. They work with Dom Frederick. You know our guy Dom. And, of course, they work with 3-time Gold Glove winner Ian Happ, possibly 4-time Gold Glove winner coming up here soon. Who knows?
He should be.
He should be. So, if they're drinking that coffee, it's good stuff. So make sure you check out them at connectroasters.com. Find them on X at Connect Roasters. Make sure you visit the storefront out in Bourbonnais and say hello to our friends over at Connect Roasters Coffee. So as always, folks, make sure you stop by, say hello to our friends over at Connect Roasters. We are now going to jump into some World Series talk. We are looking down the barrel of Game 6 here. Wild, insane World Series so far, has lived up to the hype. I mean, Game 3 going 18 innings. It was happening while you were at work. I made it to the 12th inning before I cashed out. Definitely not going as expected, as the Blue Jays definitely given more of a ride to the Dodgers. I mean, they're one game away from being World Series champs. I don't think anybody expected this.
Well, my last break of the night is at 12. So I was like not expecting to be able to watch the game, and I was watching some of the game, and it was kind of wild. You want to hear a fun fact?
I love fun facts.
There's been 2 18-inning games the last few years in the World Series. Brad Paisley has sang the national anthem at both of them.
Sorry, Brad, you're out, buddy. No more national anthems for you.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
But yeah, I mean, it's been a good series. It started off thinking, the Dodgers are going to run away with this. I mean, the Blue Jays have never flinched. They're not scared of the moment. Vladdy is so good. They're fun to watch, and they are proving that in baseball, any team is beatable. And
for sure, especially after that 18
though.
inning, they could have easily just laid down because then they have Game 4 17 hours after the last pitch of Game 3 to the start of Game 4.
Shohei.
Yeah, they bounce right back.
Which Shohei is having the best playoffs probably anyone has ever had. I mean, it is insane.
He's the best baseball player of our life.
He was intentionally walked 4 times in one game.
I mean, Barry Bonds has been the best player of our lifetime, but he is well on his way. And he's even doing he's like Barry Bonds-esque, but he's also able to pitch. That's insane.
Yeah. I mean,
and I'm tired. I don't want to hear anybody ever say anything about Babe Ruth ever again. Babe Ruth stopped pitching halfway through his, career when he went to the Yankees. This is a completely different animal. This is nothing we've ever seen before.
Yeah, no, he will not be doing this whole career. It's just not going to work.
Well, when he blew his arm out, everybody said he'd never pitch again. And look, he's still a very, very good pitcher.
I'm going to be a little bit of a curmudgeon.
You're going to be old man yells at cloud here or what?
I don't think he should be able to go from pitching to DH. I think he should have to go play the field. I think that rule was just recently changed, and it kind of is tough for the opponent. I think it's tough that he just gets to go sit out and then get to bat. I mean,
I feel like if there's this insane amount of talent, you've got to have this guy in games. I'm okay with it.
Well, you think about it. I mean, they could have done that with Zambrano back in the day and stuff like that. It's just weird that now it's able to do it.
Well, yeah, but the DH didn't exist in the National League then.
I know, but it existed in the American League and they didn't allow it. I mean, it's not like the DH is just coming around now.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's kind of tough for
it is.
A rule that was just changed.
I wonder if we're going to see more people try to do both.
I don't think
because of it.
I mean, I don't think it's just one of those things where you can go out and do it. I think that it's one of those things. It's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. It's not like, yes, let's say shortstops, they can throw fast, but you know how hard it is to be able to pitch, throw 10 strikeouts in a World Series or whatever that was
in the NLCS
and hit 3 home runs. That's insane.
Yeah, that would be like you said, Carlos Zambrano on his greatest day ever.
Yeah.
That's nuts,
I wouldn't say overall it's a great comp, but Zambrano is as close to throwing 100 miles per hour and hitting home runs as we've had before that in a long time.
Yeah. There's some guys I know Madison Bumgarner hit quite a few home runs, but this is that on steroids.
Yeah, and what Shohei's doing is going out there and throwing 100 miles an hour. I mean, he's throwing gas.
Yeah, it's so fun to watch. What do you think? So we got Game 6. I think this is going. I still think the Dodgers are winning this in 7. There's just I don't bet against the Dodgers.
I just don't see the Blue Jays losing 2 at home. I think that's a huge advantage.
If it was any team besides the Dodgers, I would agree with you.
I know, but they proved that they can win in LA. They can win in Toronto. It's going to be crazy atmosphere. I hope for the Blue Jays that they can win this. It's not even the fact that I don't want the Dodgers to win, but you want to see a new team win. You don't want to see the same team win all the time. And I
want
think
the Blue
Vladdy
Jays to win, but I just don't know if it's If I was putting money down right now on who's going to, it'd be Dodgers in 7.
What I like is Vladdy has built this team from the ground up. He didn't go anywhere. He stuck with this team, and I think that's just cool to see. You don't see that a lot in Major League Baseball anymore. Bryce Harper leaves the Nationals, which there's no problem with that, but Shohei, he leaves the Angels, stuff like that. You don't see a lot of guys stick around with the same team.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
It'd be cool to see. And
I don't
is he the greatest Canadian baseball player of all time? Probably.
That's what I think they asked it on Mostly Sports. Like, should he get to play for the Canadian team in the World Baseball Classic? And I think the answer is yes.
Oh, yeah, I think for sure. I mean, some of the players that play on certain teams.
Joel Embiid played for Team USA in the Olympics. You know what I mean?
Or was it Israel baseball team?
Yeah.
I mean, there were some guys that
your family just has to be like of Jewish descent.
Yeah. Which is fine. I don't see anything. I mean, look at some of the soccer players that are on USA soccer team.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's the big deal? If he wants to do it, I think he'll still play for, I think it's Dominican Republic, right?
Yeah. But he was born in Canada. He was born in Montreal when his dad played there.
Well, I'm just saying it should be an option. You should be able to play for other teams.
And he's like, when I think of Canadian baseball, like it's Vlad.
And Canadian baseball has been pretty decent the last few years in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, definitely getting better. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I really just hope we get a World Series Game 7. That's really all I'm hoping for.
And if you're one of those people, you think, oh, well, it's going to be that way because that's what they want, which it is what it is. That's what you think. But that's fine by me.
That's a good thing. That's perfectly fine by me.
Baseball.
Exactly.
And I think if you're the Blue Jays, I mean, this season you want to win the World Series, but who would have expected you to be in this spot?
Yeah, I think they were in 3rd place at 4th of July.
Everyone thought that the Dodgers were going to be in this spot. No one thought that they were going to be in this spot.
100%. Wish we would have put that bet in on the 4th of July.
Oh, we've been insane.
Let's move into some NFL talk. We've got week 9? Week 9 preview. Holy cow, this season's flying.
I gotta change Vikings, that. I had week 8.
I know, I did too.
I always forget the Bears had a bye.
That is true. Vikings at the Lions. I think the Vikings are cooked. They're so injured at the quarterback position, and even if they're not, like, the Lions are kind of hitting their stride right now. I know the Lions are 9.5-point favorites, but I think they're going to roll the Vikings.
Yeah, we'll see if McCarthy plays.
Even if he does, like they're not. But he's not very good
out for the season. I just don't see a reason why you shouldn't play McCarthy. You know what I mean? You got to get him out there. I think that they've kind of held him back a little bit more with seeing how well Carson Wentz kind of kept the team going.
Kept them afloat. Like they're 3-4, but like this one's big. They lose this and go to 3-5. I mean, it's.
What I'll say is if he plays like he did, if he plays like he did against the freaking Bears, I mean, he'll be good.
We haven't seen that since that week, though.
No, it's just no.
The Panthers head to Green Bay to take on the Packers. I know I'm a Packers fan, but the Packers are kind of rolling right now, and the Panthers on the road just don't scare me.
No. But you don't want to look over them like they did the Browns.
Because I do think the Panthers are better than the Browns, and the Browns beat us.
Yeah, look at the Bears. I mean, they thought, we're going to go into Baltimore and no Lamar. I mean, every NFL team wants to win, and every NFL team can win. Not saying.
I will warn the entire general public, the Packers are about to wear worse jerseys in the NFL on Sunday. Those helmets are sick, but the jerseys are awful.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Shout out to the Steelers for busting out those, because those Steelers uniforms on Sunday night might be worse than the Packers. blue throwbacks. I love the Steelers helmets, but those jerseys and the like light brown pants, those are awful. Though no one should ever be allowed to wear those light brown pants, and the Packers love wearing them.
Yeah, it's like maybe there's a reason why they changed jerseys.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have to make every, throwback happen. We have plenty of good ones. Stop using those brown and blue ones. Those are terrible.
Terrible.
Chargers at the Titans. The Titans are like holy cow bad, and I almost feel bad for Cam Ward, but like the Chargers are going to roll them.
Yeah, I mean, he's just having a tough rookie season. Doesn't have much around him.
The coach has already been fired.
Yeah, I mean, they're a disaster.
Cam Ward's good. He's the best player on the
good.
team.
But as an organization, you get rid of Vrabel. Then you already fired the coach that came in to replace Vrabel, and it's not good.
Yeah, but I think we're kind of romanticizing Vrabel. By the end of it, I don't think there was anybody that was
you got
questioning.
rid of him for a guy who you thought was going to be better, and then you've already gotten rid of him. I mean, the next choice should have been better. I'm not even saying it's Vrabel was this great coach. What I'm saying is you get rid of a guy, any coach, and then you go to make another decision on the guy, and we're at week 9, and he's gone. Like that just looks bad for you.
The Falcons. Oh shoot, I just lost it. Falcons and the Patriots at New England. Here's my thing: the Falcons, if they're literally an every other week team, and they lost last week.
One of the hottest and coldest teams.
This makes me think they're going to win this game. And the Patriots are better. Drake May is incredible. Also, you guys should have drafted him. He is so good. Drake May might be the MVP this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a whole season left, though. I'm not saying he's not good, but
15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and he's already thrown for 2,000 yards, and we're in week 9.
I know, but Baker Mayfield was the MVP a few weeks ago. You have one bad game, and you're out of it.
That's true. But the Patriots should win this game. They're 5.5 point favorites. They should win this game. My gut tells me to take Atlanta money line because it's every other weekend.
Yeah, it's just tough to win consistently in the NFL. And unfortunately, you're one wrong move from your quarterback away from having a tough game.
Exactly. Like the Falcons could come out and dominate this game, or we could see Kirk Cousins in like the second quarter.
It also shows you that you got to give a quarterback time. Like he came in after Tom Brady or after Mac Jones. And it was like, well, even Mac Jones is playing better. Like you got to give these quarterbacks like Cam Ward, you got to give them time.
Yeah, 100%. Next noon game, 49ers at the Giants. Scadaboo is out for the season. That was disgusting.
I think I'm out on the 49ers.
What'd you say?
I think I'm out on the 49ers. I don't think they're very good.
Inconsistent.
No,
they're not. Matt Jones
lost Nick Bosa on their defense. And they just don't play well. I don't think. I even think with Brock Purdy in there, I don't think that they're a playoff team. I'm not saying they're going to win this game. I think Jackson Dart is going to have struggles the rest of the year without having a good running game. But I don't think going forward, the 49ers are a team that is going to be in the playoffs.
And even if they do, I think they're a team that maybe squeaks into a wild card spot and gets, body slammed in that wild card round. There's nothing about them I trust right now.
I don't trust them at all.
Team I'm looking at this one second.
They just have the odds to win the AFC North. The Ravens are minus 140.
Yeah.
They're 3-5.
Because the rest of that division stinks, dude.
I know.
The rest
of the
Steelers
are the closest at plus 185. But you think about that.
Easily the worst division in football.
Who would have thought a 3-5 team would be minus 145 to win the division? And I would take those odds right now.
100%. The team I'm pretty sure is going to win their division. The Indianapolis Colts go to the Steelers. Every week I'm like, oh, the Colts are going to come back down to earth, and they just don't. They just win, dude.
I keep saying this, and I don't mean to say it over and over, but you got to give a quarterback time. Look at Daniel Jones, dude.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones, he went to the
touchdowns,
Giants.
3 interceptions.
Didn't
Or
play
3
well
interceptions, 2,000 yards.
I mean, New York is just a crazy place to play, especially if you're struggling. And he's on a team that is the best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah, it definitely helps when you have Jonathan Taylor too. That goes a long way.
A lot of teams have decent running backs, and you still got to be able to throw the ball well, not throw interceptions. I mean, he's not making the mistakes to ruin games.
Yep, 100%. I like the Colts in this one.
Playing a dome is huge.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't have to worry about games like, was it the Browns that were in a game against the Dolphins the other day that was like 50-mile-per-hour winds and stuff? I think having a dome is a huge advantage.
Absolutely.
I think if the Bears get a dome, it would. Yes, I always say Bears weather, whatever, but I think
that doesn't exist. We've already covered that.
That's huge to not have to worry about the elements, especially when you live in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
or you play in Indianapolis, or you play in Chicago, and stuff like that.
I'm with you. Yeah, I want the Bears to build a dome just so I never have to hear the term bear weather again.
Well, it's fun to say, but it's also fun to kick a 60-yard field goal with no wind.
Exactly. I mean, 100%, dude. And like in professional sports, you want the best product on the field, and you can't tell me that the best product on the field when it's 30 degrees and 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Even like a Packers game, yes, it's fun to play a game in 10-degree weather when it's snowing, but it's also cool to kick a field goal or throw a ball in a nice, comfortable dome in the middle 100%. Of December or January than it would be to say, okay, yeah, this is cool that we're freezing right now.
I'm completely with you. We think the same thing here. Last noon game, Broncos at Texans. The Broncos, I mean, it's 6-2, but like I'm not certain that I trust the Broncos yet. I know it sounds crazy to say that about a 6-2 team. They're not even a favorite on the road against a 3-4 Texans team that I think is bad.
They're barely 6-2. I mean, that one game they had, who was that against? Was it the Giants, I think?
Yeah.
They shouldn't have won that game. I don't even know how. They should at least gone to overtime, but the Giants missed the extra point, which allowed them to kick a field goal and win the game by 1.
That game was entirely more the Giants lost the game than the Broncos won the game.
At 6-2, I still don't think that they played to the expectations of what they had on them this season.
Which I also think that like the expectations of them were a little inflated this year. Just because they had a good run at the end of last year.
Like they were supposed to be this great team going into the season. They made all these moves. They got the quarterback, and they haven't played like any really amazing games.
Yeah, I completely agree. Moving to the afternoon slot, game that this game's just kind of gross. There's weeks I think the Jaguars are really good, but they go to Las Vegas this week, and Las Vegas is an absolute dumpster fire. Pete Carroll, why would you do that to yourself? You had it made. Just be retired.
Some of these guys they can't get away from the coaching, and it's crazy.
The Raiders are so bad.
He's like what, 70?
75, I think.
That's it. He looks great for 75, but yeah, I don't know 74. why you'd want to keep doing that with the money you've made. You're set, but some guys just can't get away from it. But
they stink.
And they thought Geno was going to be their savior this year, dude. No, I mean,
Geno has turned into a pumpkin back there. He cannot stop throwing interceptions.
It's just not a good offense right now. I mean, you got Genty, is back. He was hurt, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And he's been playing all right, but still another rookie running back who was used a lot in college.
And you've got Max Crosby on the defensive end, still one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL, just completely going to waste.
Bowers has been hurt. I mean, yeah, Max Crosby, I don't think he's going to make it through the season as a Raider.
I hope for his sake that they trade him.
I think he will be traded. I've heard the Dallas Cowboys have been thinking about it. It's almost like you've had a good defensive player, which I know Parsons wanted out of there. But still, it's like one of those things. You're going to go make a move for somebody that you already had, which is kind of crazy. But, I
thanks, Jerry, for that. He is so fun to watch.
He played against the Bears, dude. I mean, it was dominance. I mean,
he is so
it was
good.
A one-man wrecking crew.
Next afternoon game, one I think should be a blowout. The Rams host the Saints. The Saints are ungodly bad, and the Rams are pretty solid. We talked about
Rattler,
the Rams
man.
at the beginning of the year.
Rattler's bad. I mean, he's a quarterback in the NFL, so he can't be
but
bad.
He's not this weekend. They're starting that Tyler Schultz or whatever his name is.
He must not be very good if he was his backup.
Yeah.
But it's one of those games the Rams need to go out there and win this game. You can't. It's one of the, you can easily get caught up in the Saints. That's what I was impressed by the Bears, that they went out and won a game like that and didn't give it up.
Yep. Put a team
and then you go to Baltimore
once.
And you lose a game like that. But it's a game where you can't take the NFL for granted, and you want to win it easily.
Absolutely. Probably the best game of the weekend, the final 3:00 game. The Chiefs go to the Bills. The Chiefs are the favorites in this one. I don't know if I understand that.
I think I do. I think the Bills they've won some crazy games, but they really haven't been dominant as much as you would think. Their defense is just not very good.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I know what you mean. You got Josh Allen
40-9.
Who against who?
The Panthers, but it doesn't.
Well, I know. What I'm just saying is, like, you can't always get into shootouts, and I feel like that's what it's going to be against the Chiefs, and that's just always tough.
I think what happened with the Bills is that they lost to the Falcons, and that's the kind of like stain on their season, and they played a close game with the Dolphins. That's the one. Like,
they really shouldn't have won against the Ravens. I mean, that was just an insane end of the game. I just don't think that the Bills are as dominant as we want them to be. Everyone loves the Bills. They love Josh Allen. I just don't think they're as dominant as it may seem. And I think the Chiefs are playing a lot better. They still have Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce's playing better. They got Rashee Rice back. I mean, I think that it's a game where you would take the over for sure.
52.5 is what that's at.
I would take it.
Sunday night, a game that probably looked a lot better a couple of weeks ago. The Seahawks heading to the Commanders. Seahawks sneaky 5-2 right now. Commanders need a win like we need oxygen. If they go to 3-6, dude, it's kaput.
I think Jane Daniels will be back, I would assume. I think that's why they sent him out this week against the Chiefs.
But at this point, I don't know if it matters.
It also shows you that, like, it's not easy to be a good quarterback in the NFL. Last year, we're talking about Jane Daniels maybe being an MVP. They made the NFC Championship game. And then you go, I mean, the NFL is so hard, dude. And to consistently be good, it's just not easy.
I agree. This is a huge one for the Commanders.
Why you don't take advantage of making the playoffs? You don't take advantage of being in the playoffs.
You got to capitalize.
Easily be gone next year.
You got to capitalize when you can. That's for sure.
It was like when 2018. That's why it was so heartbreaking. Was because who knew you'd be back in a spot like that, and you haven't been. It's just of all the sports, I think the NFL is the hardest sport to be consistently good. That's why, like, the Patriots that'll never happen, I don't think, again for a long time, and maybe ever, that a team will be that dominant. Even the Chiefs are showing you that, they've made the Super Bowl quite a bit the last few years, and they're struggling. I mean, the Patriots never struggled in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, they had that undefeated season. Monday night, Cardinals. Yeah.
The Super Bowl
Cardinals
that
go
year.
to the Cowboys. I think that this game probably, when they were scheduling Monday night games, looked a lot better at the time. I think the Cowboys are okay. I think they'll have a shot at a wild card spot, but the Cardinals are ungodly bad.
I think if the Dallas Cowboys make the playoffs, Dak could be MVP also. He's having a
Dak's
really
having
good year.
Yep. 2,069 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 picks. Dak is really good, but the Cowboys are just mediocre.
Yeah, I mean, usually in the NFL, most sports, if your team's not good, you're most likely not going to win the MVP.
Yeah.
But I think if they make it to the playoffs, even a wild card, I could see him winning MVP. I mean, he's having an MVP type year on a team that's just not. The defense is just bad.
And it sucks because the Packers game is kind of what turned the tide for them. And I know it ended in a tie, but they've played much better since that game.
And you always go back to it. They almost should have won that. I mean, the
They
Packers got lucky at the end of that game. They almost threw that game away. They almost didn't have enough time for that field goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
You think about it, it's just little things in the NFL because it's such a shorter season with like less games. I mean, every game matters.
Oh, big time.
You only have 17 games instead of like basketball, 82, baseball, 162.
Yep.
And even hockey, there's 80-something games.
82, yeah.
In the NFL, like the Bears, when they lose to the Ravens, even when the Packers lose a game to the Browns, you want those games back because down the road, you don't have so many games left.
Yeah, you can't take any of them for granted.
You run out of games. Sure. You run out of time.
Yep, absolutely. Let's switch some gears from pros over to college.
Wait, I'm just happy, though. One Monday night game is good enough.
But can we figure out the noon and 3 o'clock thing? Enough of the 3 games in the afternoon NFL. We have been complaining about it for years now.
And I think you're going to disagree with me, too. I think too many London games because it used to be this thing. Not even that I like that there's an early game. Not wrong with that. But like it used to be like a more of a experience to do that. But now it happens 7 times a year.
Yeah, but just make it an every week thing. So now we have games all day.
I think they're going to want more money, though. I think you're going to want to get paid more money to do that. Even though it's 1 game a year, if you're like going to be playing an overseas game once a year, like they're going to want more money, which I understand.
Well,
I mean, that's a lot of work.
Eventually what's going to happen is there's going to be a team in London.
Which is just going to be crazy to think. Because how far of a flight is that? From like, let's say,
5
even
hours.
New York?
It's the same distance if you were flying from New York to London as if you were flying from New York to LA.
Really? I guess I didn't even think. The world makes no sense to me sometimes.
I mean, it might be a little bit more, but it's not that significantly
I think
much more.
Of the time change is what's probably the toughest. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, but they build in the bye weeks and stuff like that. So
there's 2 LA teams. There's a San Francisco team. There's a Denver team. There's a Seattle team, and
I mean, in Arizona,
that's a whole different world almost in itself from the East Coast. From traveling for a week.
But you're not, what you're really going to get stuck in is like when LA has to go play in London like they did last week. And
I think they did a good job of what they did was the Rams played in Baltimore and then stayed in Baltimore. And then you can set it up that way, which I think is pretty cool. A better way of like, then they went from Baltimore there. They didn't go back to LA.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
I think you can kind of work out the schedule in a way where, okay, you're going to be gone for 2 weeks. You go play the Giants, and then you go to London.
And then you get a bye week.
And then you have a bye week afterwards that you fly straight back to L.A., but you have a week off.
100%. I think that's what's going to be the norm. Let's switch over to some college football. I got to be honest with you, Zach, not a great slate of college football. We'll just go through some of the ranked opponents here. Vanderbilt at Texas. This is a huge one for Vandy. Texas is playing much better lately.
I think I just saw it on SportsCenter. Texas is a 3.5-point favorite. Yeah. I take Vandy all day right now. I just don't think Texas is very good.
They've been playing much better lately. It's at home. I'm not that big of a believer in playing.
I'm not 100% sure Arch is he hurt?
No, I'm fairly certain he's playing Saturday.
Oh, I thought he was hurt.
I'm still uncertain. He is improving according to ESPN.
That's huge. Or maybe it's better for them. But I just think Vandy's on the type of season where it's just like they win games like this and stuff like that. I just don't trust Texas. I don't like Texas. But in Texas is different. College football really is like the home games matter.
Yeah. And my thing is like Vandy's coming off of 2 big wins, and LSU doesn't look as big of a win now that they've kind of spiraled and Brian Kelly's been fired. Missouri is a good win, don't get me wrong, but like, was Missouri maybe a little overinflated? I think maybe. Now you got to come and do this 3 weeks in a row, and you got to do it on the road at Texas. That's a big ask.
It's Daniel. What's his last name?
Pavia.
The only thing is he is sort of a veteran in college football.
24.
Yeah, I mean, that's big in itself in a game like this. He's not going to get phased by the Texas fans and stuff like that.
He's practically your age.
He's 6 years younger than me. But it is a good thing in that aspect is you're going against a guy who is not super used to the games and has definitely not had the season that he was supposed to have. And also, I mean, if he's questionable, it's tough again to go against a team like Vanderbilt. But like I said, it's probably easily the best game of the weekend.
Yeah, I think so. There's one other one I will get to in a second. You want to know what my sneaky best game of the week could be? It's Virginia at Cal. And when you think about that, you think of maybe a basketball game. Virginia's 7-1 and Cal's 5-3.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. If Cal wins, or if Virginia wins, they could be in a pretty good bowl game.
Yeah, they might. If Virginia runs the table, they're going to be in the playoff.
Yeah, I mean that's what this 12-team playoff is really set up for.
Virginia's only loss is to NC State on the road in week 2 by 4 points, and NC State's not a bad football team either.
Yeah, I think
they should have lost to North Carolina last week, but
we're really going to start seeing improvement in the 12-team playoffs over the next few years.
And I mean, look at this realistically. They've got to be Cal, Wake Forest, who's having a better year, Duke, who's solid, and Virginia Tech, who's terrible. So there's a chance that Virginia could get to the conference championship. If they win that, they're going to have one loss. You have to put them in.
Yeah, I think you are right.
Which would be crazy to think. My game that I think is going to be the best game of the weekend, because this is a true, like, you lose, you're out of the playoff. It's Oklahoma at Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, both teams have 2 losses already.
Oklahoma just losing to Ole Miss at Oklahoma.
Yep. This is do or die. Whoever loses this, you're done. The rest, whoever wins, has to continue to roll and not lose another game. But I think that realistically, you're going to see multiple 2-loss SEC teams in the Final 12. So you have to win this to stay alive.
They could be higher than 12, really, if you think about it. I mean, if you're a 2-loss SEC team, you've beaten some good teams.
Exactly. Outside of that, the only other one that's a sneaky, it's a 9:15 start. Cincinnati goes to Utah. Cincinnati sitting at 7-1. Utah at 6-2. But Utah at home is a different beast, dude. They're a 10.5-point spread against a team who's ranked 7 spots ahead of them in the country.
Did they beat BYU?
Utah.
Yeah.
They smoked. They lost to BYU by 3.
Okay, yeah, because I think that was like the Fox Big Noon game.
Yep. That was the one. That was a great game.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize how much
Cincinnati, though. But if Cincinnati wins this game, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Cincinnati's only loss is week 1 to Nebraska, which looks like a bad loss now. But if they can beat Utah, what'd you say?
Still a Big Ten school. I mean,
exactly, on the road too.
Who just re-signed their coach, which is they just don't want to lose them.
But if Cincinnati can beat Utah and then in 2 weeks beat BYU,
if they're going to be looking they're in the playoff. Like that.
Exactly.
This 12-team playoff is built for an opportunity for a team like a Cincinnati to, if you're one loss, to be in it. It always used to be, if you're a team like that, you're one loss, you're done. You're not going to make the national championship game. But now you have a chance.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
And usually if you are a team like that makes the playoffs, you are on a roll.
Exactly. And you never know what can happen when you get in.
You're playing well enough to be in the playoffs, which means that you are playing very well.
And like I said, Utah with 2 losses, if they run the table, they're probably still in 2.
Yeah.
I mean, if they win the Big 12, like I said, it's a long shot. They still got Baylor, Kansas State, and Kansas, and then would have to, I believe, would probably play BYU again. It's not over for them.
Not at all. That's why, like I said, the 12-team playoff has made it more fun that a lot more games matter deeper into the season. You don't just lose a game and you're done.
It's a thing of beauty, my friend. Let's go ahead and wrap things up. As always, we've got the TCF top 3, and we may have done this one, but it's been a couple years. So we're going to do burger toppings. What are the things you like on your burger? As you guys probably know from these, Zach is not, I'm definitely the more adventurous eater and like kind of the wackier thing. So this could get interesting. I'm assuming you want to go one, Zach?
Yeah, it's easy. It's bacon. I love a bacon cheeseburger.
Huge miss here. It's cheese.
Oh, yeah.
It's cheese, dude.
That is true. That's a huge miss. But I think bacon is just, it makes a burger. I could eat
but here's my question. If you're sitting there and someone gives you a burger patty and a bun, and there's cheese on your right and bacon on your left, which one are you picking first?
I might pick bacon.
No. You're lying to yourself.
I like cheese, but like I love that flavor.
I think you're going cheese, man.
You're probably right, but
it's almost too much
bacon
meat.
Is still a good choice.
It is a good choice. I'm not going to disagree with you. And I'm not the biggest bacon guy, but bacon on a burger hits different.
Yeah, I think.
But it doesn't hit without the cheese. It's like, you gotta have both, but that's just not how the draft works. I will go. See, I think I got to go tomato. I like tomato more than lettuce.
You're gonna go tomato?
I'm gonna go tomato, but a little thinly sliced. But I'm gonna wrap it up in the 3rd round with something because I gotta have something that makes it stick. Because when you bite a burger and the tomato tries to make an exit, I don't like that.
I'm not a lettuce guy. Really and truthfully. It's just gonna sound crazy. I don't like it on almost anything else. Mayonnaise. I think mayonnaise on a burger is different. I don't like it on anything else, really. I don't like mayonnaise in general. But for some reason, and it's my second choice too, it's gotta be ketchup. Ketchup with mayonnaise and bacon, dude. That's my favorite burger.
Zach, I love you, dude, but that sounds I don't know if I would eat that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like mayonnaise. Ketchup is the inferior condiment for a burger.
I just think mustard is a little too much for a burger. I like mustard. Love mustard. I'm not saying my favorite burger would have ketchup, mustard, mayo, bacon, cheese. So it would be that. But I'm a pretty I get a little wild. You were saying before I get a little wild with the burger.
You do. That is one thing, you're not the most adventurous eater, but you do load the toppings on the burger, which I respect. Here's where my predicament is. My third pick, I have a couple things in my head, and I probably shouldn't have gone tomato. Would you have taken tomato?
Yes, I would have taken tomato over lettuce. I'm not a big, I think lettuce gets in the way. It's just not needed on a burger.
Here's where I'm stuck because we've been over this multiple times. I'm a mustard freak. You like mustard? I love mustard. I'm marrying mustard. I
like mustard almost on fries more than I like it on a burger.
You're talking my language here. But do I just go mustard or
you can just have mustard? I mean, I'm out of choices.
Here's where I'm stuck. Pickles. You gotta have pickles, dude.
Oh yeah, wow.
We miss pickles.
I miss pickles.
So I think I'm gonna go pickles as my third round pick.
Or just like tomatoes, like pickles can just kind of fall out too.
That's what has me my cheeseburger that just has tomato and pickles on it. It sounds delicious. It's a burger I would absolutely eat, but you gotta go.
I'd rather have a pickle on the side that you just eat because it's just you can take a bite of the burger and then take a bite of the pickle. And
you get the pickle.
You're not going to get a pickle every bite of a sandwich.
You don't put enough pickles on yours. I load up the pickles. But then it just
gets too messy. I mean, it's just all over the place.
So yeah, I think I'll have to go. What are some other honorable mentions? I was going to bring up some avocado. I like a little sliced avocado on my burger. Get a little wild with some pepper jack cheese.
Mustard, but I like mustard. I pretty much said what I like on a burger.
Where do you sit with onions? Do you like an onion on your burger?
Thank you. Hate
especially raw onions. If you're going to saute up some onions, I'm in. But raw onions,
not like. I went to dinner tonight and they had onion rings. Don't like them.
Yeah, we're right here on that one. I'm with you. How about a fried egg? You like a good fried egg on your burger?
That also gets into the messy part. I mean,
yeah, but no, I said fried egg, not a runny egg.
Even that, it's just hard to keep a lot of things on a burger. And I think that's what I think about bacon is it's going to stay in there usually. But I think all those are good options. Like I even like a egg over easy. It's just messy.
You're just going in knowing that you're going to wear a lot of this on your.
See, Jimmy John's has
the pickle sandwich,
which sounds good, but also just the messiest thing of all time.
Have you ever had the unwich from Jimmy John's?
That sounds even. I like salad, but I don't want to just eat. I like salad with ranch and French dressing. I've had one of those unwich and those stupid lettuce wraps. You might as well just take the sandwich and just dump it in your lap because that's where it's going to end up. It's crazy.
It's the most unstable structure of any sandwich I've ever eaten. I don't wish that on anybody.
Easily.
That's going to do it for us, guys. Let us know what you put. Before we go, Zach, have you ever had a peanut butter and jelly burger?
Yeah, I like peanut butter and jelly. I don't need it on a burger. I do like a place around here does it with the mac and cheese burger.
Yeah.
Very messy though.
Yep, big time.
It depends on how you want. If I'm sitting down eating a burger at home, I wouldn't mind some of these, but if you're on the go,
public is a little different.
Yeah, but not even public. I would eat it like a sit down restaurant.
Yeah.
If you're on the go, it's not easy to eat some of these sandwiches.
That is fair. Let us know what you guys put on yours. That's going to do it for us here at Typical Chicago Fans, episode 268. As always, give us a follow on X.
Hopefully, this one gets out.
Knock on wood. On X at typical_Chicago, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Give us a follow on all those. Subscribe on YouTube for all of our content in video form. Wherever you get your podcast, make sure you subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars, whatever you do, wherever you get your podcast, make sure you check us out there. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF and Zach at ZAlilia_TCF. Make sure you check out our sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee, connectroasters.com. We will be back as soon as we can, as soon as the schedules will allow, but that's going to do it for us. As always, guys, thank you for joining. This was episode 268 of Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.